With us now are Toni Holt Kramer and Fred Williamson. I'm in the company of two movie stars. This is unbelievable. So,
well, everybody needs a job doing something, so you find something.
We just thought it was an easier way to make a living.
You find something that you're good at, and you keep it up until they kick you out.
Toni, I saw this man back in movies called Black Caesar and Steel.
That's right.
Steel's Law back in the day, yeah.
And very unfortunately, I have to confess, I was not cast as one of the goons in these movies.
Well, actually, Fred doesn't tolerate goons. He has a very limited appreciation.
No.
So with him, you got to move quickly. You got to get it. You got to talk about it. You got to get it going. And that's the way he is.
I directed a show
and
with her.
I want to tell you, he directed our show, Ruta and May.
Yes.
When we did
it was a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Telling you, we were good. We were good, weren't we?
You kept talking. It was good. All you did was talk. It was good. Yeah.
The tour bus stops here. Yeah. Ruta Lee, Toni Holt, directed by Fred Williamson. Yeah. So he knows his way in front and behind a camera. He also knows his way on a political stage because you campaigned for the president.
You pick and choose, and I chose I chose President Trump.
There you go.
Yes. Why not pick the best of the group? That was the way I did it. I sorted it out by who was saying the things that I wanted to hear, and also who was saying the things that would listen to me. And I think he's doing a pretty good job.
How unfortunate it is, I'm sorry for interrupting, but how unfortunate that society has become so ridiculously divisive, such intensity.
Yes, but it's going to come back because people are going to look at it, I think, and say, the world is going to hell.
There's no reasoning, behind what they say and how they treat the President Trump. There's no definite reasoning behind it except ignorance. When something is in front of you and something is happening and positive in front of you, how can you be ignorant and say, we don't want that, we don't like that? It's ignorance. It has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with color. It's ignorance.
And ignorance is such a dangerous thing in our modern world.
Because you can't define ignorance. You can't have somebody explain why they are ignorant. So there is no explanation for it.
But I'll show you something, and Fred can attest to it, because he was our very first Trumpster. I mentioned that Trumpets USA started out just girls, and within moments, hours, I said to Fred, you've got to be our head Trumpster. And he went, I'm in. And he was at the first two events we did celebrating Trump.
They needed a brother up front, That's it. They needed a brother to solidify and combat the ignorance out there of what they're saying he's not doing. Nobody is giving him credit for what he's doing. Just give him credit for what he's doing. Don't be so negative. Negative is a killer in anything, even in the movie business. In this business, political business, being negative is a killer because it takes away your thought of reasonable thought.
Right.
And all the nitpicking.
We see that all the time. And people that get like that get less and less appreciation of life, don't they?
Yes, and screaming doesn't win. Screamers don't win, Just look at the results. That's all you ask somebody to do. Look at the results. You don't like the results, then I'll listen to you. But if you tell me you don't like his tactics and what he does and the way how he does it, the man has street knowledge. He doesn't have bourgeois political knowledge. He has street knowledge. He knows how to talk to somebody to get him to listen to what he has to say. He's good at that. He's a great street fighter.
Oh, the best. He is the best.
He's a street fighter.
Yep. But listen, that's what it takes.
Yes.
For all the years of pandering and people collecting after they finish working, collecting for the rest of their life. You do one day in Congress, you have a pension for the rest of your life. He doesn't even take a salary. He doesn't even take it.
Walk softly and carry a big stick. That's the motto. Walk softly, carry a big stick.
Interesting.
You can see Fred, by the way. Fred is going to be, we're going to have a kickoff football. Fred was a big football player, and a football star. Yeah.
Super Bowl one, yes.
Yeah.
Super Bowl one.
Yeah.
And you're having an event in
February 1st, 2020, and as the official kickoff.
Well, so you're going to have a lot of has-been jocks there. Used to be, was being washed up, used up jocks there, and I'm one of them. So
Oh, no.
I'll be happy to see you.
We're all relevant. Everyone who is there is relevant.
I'll be happy to see some of these guys.
And we're always sold out, right? Within 20 minutes.
Yes.
And it's at Mar-a-Lago.
Yes.
And we're going to have a very sporty crowd.
And you're going to bust in some black folks this time.
For sure.
Because every time I get
For
up
sure.
there, first thing I say is, where are the black people?
That's right.
You
We
gotta-
always have.
you
Well,
gotta-
we always have
you
black
gotta-
people.
You don't have enough. You got to bring some
Well,
more in because
hey,
they're out there.
you know,
They
come
fight.
on over.
They're fighting for us. They're saying the same things that we're sitting here saying. They need to be seen. They need to be
Invite
heard.
some of your friends to come.
They need to be get in
Invite
Mar-a-Lago.
some-
They probably couldn't get into Mar-a-Lago.
You always got into Mar-a-Lago.
I say me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the other
Well,
people.
no one can get in black, white, yellow, green. If you don't have a membership or you're not with a member, you can't get in.
No, it's
not-
ridiculous.
Doesn't make
People
any
should
difference.
be. Sorry for interrupting you, Rudy, but people should be judged on the merits of who they are, not their heritage or skin color. It's totally ridiculous.
We're
We have
not
a
in
talented man here.
No.
We have a talented lady right here. Who cares where you were born?
We're not in that. We're not at that place. We're not at that point right now. We're
No.
not there. We're not there. I became active, became famous doing my own thing. My motivation was everybody to tell me something that I can't do. Every no that I got in my life was a motivation. Being black is an automatic motivation. I'm motivated every day because I'm always doing something I'm not supposed to be doing.
You said you were born having to prove yourself.
Yes, exactly. I'm born proving myself, and I love it. I had to be faster than somebody, quicker than somebody, tougher than somebody, smarter than somebody. That's great. It keeps me on my toes, and you can't ever sneak up on me because I expect you to be coming.
And you jolly well are. And I'm just thinking about Sammy Davis Jr. with Tony right behind you.
Yes.
And he wrote a book called Yes, I Can
Yes.
years ago. And I'm so impressed with all that you both do. Tony just wrote this book, and as you know.
Well, also being a female, you know, she had a lot of things that she had to overcome and fight. You know, not supposed
That's
to
right.
be
That's
head
true.
of this company or be president of this or do that
And
because you're a
also,
woman. Yeah.
if you're not born
Yes.
with a silver spoon in your mouth, which you weren't and I wasn't,
Oh no,
it takes a lot more work
No.
and a lot harder.
we had plastic
And
spoons.
Right. And also, you know, in the days when Fred really became a star and a football player and then an actor, and I became a television
Yes,
columnist
yes.
and an interviewer, it wasn't like today where, you know, they have schools for everybody. You come out of the school, you are completely learned.
Yeah.
We learned the hard way. We worked.
We get judged too more critically than anybody else. Being a black man, being a female, we get judged more critically. So we have to be careful and sharp about what we do, and when we have to stand for something and stand for what we say and stand behind what we say, and that's what we do.
So you have to excel in order to overcome discrimination. Isn't that sad?
I don't want to overcome it. That's not my
I
goal.
don't think
No.
it's overcome.
No, my goal is not to overcome it. My goal is to let them watch me, see what I'm doing,
As a role model.
and motivate other people to do the same thing. I'm not trying.
It's like, you know, my motto in my book, Unstoppable Me, says, if you think it, you can do it, which is really what Fred's saying.
Precisely, yeah.
You don't want to overcome because, and able to overcome, you have to convince them. You don't want to convince them. If you want to be you and you want to be how you are, fine, that's okay. As long as you don't get in my way, physically or mentally, then you and I can get along. We can talk, we can sit around the table, you can tell me your side of your story, and I can tell you my side, and we can go have a drink and have fun, you know?
And here we are today, and I really believe you're both at a peak of success and energy, the two of you, actually.
We're relevant.
It takes energy, dude. It takes energy. I mean, our battle scars don't show, but
That's right.
we're covered with them.
That's right. We really do have scars. I mean, don't look at our backs.
We're covered with them. We're covered with them.
But it's true. I mean, you know, it was wonderful having the experiences that we had.
Yeah.
I think we are so far ahead of a lot of people that never had the opportunity to have to work as hard, fight as hard, do as much, overcome.
You know, I'm a graduate from Northwestern University, architecture and engineering. When I was number 2 draft choice to the 49ers, and I had a very prolific athletic career at Northwestern. So when I went to 49ers, I went as a All-American flanker back, a guy who catches the ball. First day in practice, they make me a defensive back. They give me a red shirt. I says, why are you giving me a red shirt? Does it mean I'm special? He says, no, son, you're not special. You have to play defense. I said, what do you mean play defense? Don't you know who I am? I can catch the ball in my teeth, between my eyes, anywhere. I don't know how to run backwards. They said, well, if you're going to make this team, son, you're going to have to learn how to run backwards. So after 2 weeks of practicing, I'm falling down. I'm tripping on my feet. I can't cover anybody because I don't know how to run backwards. So this is Coach Hickey. He comes to me and he says,
He spent too much of his life trying to go forward.
comes to me and he says, son, you disappointed us. You can't make the transition. We thought you were a great athlete and you could make the transition. And if you don't do something in the next few days, we're going to have to cut you and send you home. I send me home. I'm going to go back to the ghetto, tell the boys that I can't make a little football team. I'm the baddest guy in the neighborhood. I can't make a football team. Are you crazy? So I go back at night and I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I do? So I said, look, I'm 220 pounds. I'm the fastest guy on the team. Why should I have to cover anybody? I'm just going to get in front of your face and knock you down. First victim come out was R.C. Owens.
Victim.
R.C. Owens. And I'm like 2 feet away from him. I'm breathing. I could tell you what he had for breakfast. Coach Hickey says, Williamson, get back. I says, hell with you. I'm standing right here. He said to R.C., go ahead, make him look stupid. R.C. made a move, and I give him this. Bang! Knocked him out. Red Hickey runs over and says, God damn it, Williamson, what are you doing? I said, I covered him. He said, well, get back and stop hammering my players.
Is that how you got the name Hammer?
That's how I got the name.
I wanted to know that. I've only known
Stop
him for 30 years.
hammering my players. So I became the Hammer.
The Hammer. I wanted to ask you that.
I gave him this shot right here. That was it.
We're going to give ourselves a shot right now because we've got some other people in the room that want to say hello. And thank you, Mr. Williamson.
No, it's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. His wife, Linda, was also one of our, and still is, one of our foremost trumpettes.
Well, this is absolutely a wonderful experience. And all I can say to you, Toni, and to you, my friend, is I'm going to infiltrate the set of your next movie and find my way into a position as one of your next goons.
My next movie is in Spain. I'm making a Western with my director called Enzo Castellari. We did a film called Inglourious Bastards, so I'm off to Spain in a couple of months.
When is that?
Wow.
In September, October. I'm going.
Well,
September,
I guess
probably.
we're all going to have to visit
Going to
you.
Spain. But after Spain, we go to Rome to make another movie in Rome with Franco Nero. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Things are moving. Things are happening.
Things are moving, you see?
Yeah.
Don't believe this thing at that age. I mean, this kid is just getting started.
Absolutely.
I know him.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Toni.
Oh, you're
Lovely
so
to have you here.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And you, sir.
And
A real
Fred.
pleasure. Yes.
Thank you.
I want to thank you, and I want to thank you so much, too, for coming to my book signing party at Villa Paradiso here in Palm Springs.
Yeah, heard about it.
And that's why we're all here today. So thank you.